Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the different components to be able to get this video, that is. And really, I've been asked a lot of questions about what is my Facebook Live setup, what camera am I using, what microphone am I using, what mixer am I using, what computer am I using, and what light source am I using. So if you're interested in learning all about this gear, well, stick around because that's what we're going to cover in this video. So let's start with the number one piece, I believe, and that is your audio. I know a lot of people want to talk about the video first, but really the audio is a great sign of quality. So this microphone right here is the Rode Procaster, and this microphone is a broadcast microphone. It's around $228, and it's going to range, so depending on when you're watching this. But this mic right here gives you a really, really good, deep, and really clean quality. And this is the one I also use for my podcast. So let me show you what this sounds like right now when I turn it off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now what you're hearing is a iPhone recording audio that sounds probably really echoey or really tinny. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to this mic and you're going to hear the difference. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And now here it is. Hear the difference? Big difference. Now, again, $228 at the time of recording this right now. To me, well worth it. But you can always use something like this right here. This microphone I've been using for a while when I'm traveling or I'm doing interviews, and it's the H1 Handy Recorder. Okay, so this is a Zoom mic. Now, this is an older one. There's newer ones out there. They run you about $75 to $125 depending. But again, good alternative. So now let's talk about the camera. The Sony A5100. And there's probably going to be another newer model out depending on when you're watching this. But this camera here is between like $450 to $650 depending on where you buy it. But one of the most important parts of this whole look that is the lens. And this lens is a Sigma 16mm lens. And the cool thing about it is it gives you a wider angle, but also gives you a nice shallow depth of field. That's how you get that softness in the back of your video. So that's the camera. So now let's talk about the third component, and that is lighting. If you don't have window light, you're going to need some type of light that allows you to have even light all across you and the scene that you're trying to shoot. So what I've used is a very, very basic square light, and it's made by, I believe the name is Neewer, is how they pronounce it. And all it is a bunch of LED lights. It has barn doors on it. But now the trick here is when you have a light source that is direct, it's going to be harsh. So what we want to do is we want to put a diffuser in front of it, or also known as a softbox. So what we've done here is I went out and I looked for a softbox that fits over top of this square unit. So now what you could do as an alternative is you could just take a sheet and drape over top of that, and that will somewhat work. But what I found is these specially designed softboxes, they have a better material, it's more see-through, and it works really well. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found one that fits right over top of this unit. And it's called Kamerar Diffuse Medium LED Light Panel Softbox. Now, if I'm not pronouncing that right and you are the manufacturer of that brand, I apologize. Sorry. All right. So, but that is exactly what I used here. It's super simple to use, to set up, and it's pretty affordable too. You can pick them up for under $30 and it's well worth it, because once you have this right here, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off and we'll see what the difference is right now. All right, ready? Here's what we're going to do in post. Ready? Cut. Now, this is what it looks like without the softbox. And the light is at the same brightness. I can barely look over there because it's so bright. But the cool thing is when we put that softbox on there, it evens it out. It makes our skin look better, and it just looks somewhat more professional. And the other great feature on this light right here is there's a dimmer knob and a warming knob. So this way here, you can warm up or you can take it down and make it a little bit cooler, as they say in the photography world. Okay, working down the list here. This one here is not the most important, but I did want to mention it because I'm using it. But you don't have to have this in order to have this setup. And that is the Rodecaster Pro. This here is allowing me to take my signal from my microphone, bring it into this mixer, and then take this and bring it into the computer. You can get away without even having this if all you want to do is just take this and bring it into your computer. Now, there are amplifiers you can buy that will allow you to do this. There's also other microphones that will allow you to go directly into your computer with USB. But I did want to share this because it is being used. And I'm not going to go into all the features because the only thing I'm using this for is the signal to come from here and bring it into the computer. So the next thing that I should mention is the computer. And then we'll talk about the software that is running a Facebook Live that I'm doing every single morning. All right. So the computer, let's talk about that. This is the MacBook Pro. Again, a little bit overkill, but it has enough power to run all of this stuff. And that's the key here. When you're running video, especially live video like this, you need to have the hardware. You need to have the system. Because the thing is, when you have a DSLR camera, you can't just go directly into your computer without some type of device that's going to convert the video. So again, not to overcomplicate this, I am using a CamLink 4K. Now, I'm not shooting in 4K. I am just shooting in regular 1080p. But the one thing that I want to say is that CamLink, I'm telling you, that thing works great. So again, you do need the right tools and the right hardware. So make sure that your computer can handle it before you go and get all this stuff. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the software. And there's two pieces of software that I'm using depending on what I'm doing. Right now, I am recording this for you through Ecamm Live. And the reason why is because it handles it really, really well. I've tried other tools and they just don't do the same. So there's something in the software and in the tool that really encodes it great. It's clean. It's not that heavy on my machine, meaning it doesn't take a lot of hardware. So I'm using Ecamm Live. Now, Ecamm Live, you can push your signal live just as it says. You can totally do that. But what I use for my lives is something called StreamYard. And what StreamYard allows me to do is take all of this, connect to their server, and then I can have it broadcast to my Facebook fan page, my Facebook group, my YouTube channel, and heck, even if you have Periscope, you can even broadcast it to Periscope. What the heck's Periscope? Is it still even out there? It is, by the way. So that's everything that I use, especially when I'm doing my lives, to simulcast and really get my signal out there and really have a stable connection. So that's everything that I use in this setup for video, whether I'm recording a tutorial, a podcast episode, or if I'm doing a live, this is exactly what I'm using right now. So what I'm going to do, because this was a lot to take in, I'm going to put everything in the description. So this way here, if you want to go through and see everything and where I got it, it's pretty much all on Amazon, but I'm going to go ahead and drop all those links in the description so you have easy access to those. If you have any questions on this setup, please let me know. But let me just say, I am not a tech guru. I'm kind of winging it, but I figured out this system. I figured out what works. And if you can learn from it, then great. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, take care, take action, get out there and create some video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.